One of the greatest qualities of photography is that it stops time, which is mind-blowing to me. I know we all take it for granted because we all have one in our phone, but I just can't get over how magical that is. I don't know anything that does that. I don't know. And I feel that it's such a powerful, different way to look at our reality. The way time unravels incessantly, it's a lot to take, and the fact that a camera can stop for a second and show us, it's just wonderful to me. And you can imagine when I saw someone like the world famous Bob, who was embracing life so voraciously and so much in her own unique way, I was extremely inspired.
I was raised by homosexuals and drag queens, and they're not always the same thing. And I'm so glad that I was, because they really taught me how to be myself, and that I had the ability and the freedom to create whoever I wanted to be. And I'm a firm believer that if nobody tells you what you are, you can be anything you want. So I became a drag queen and I moved to New York City.
And I showed her the pictures and I told her, I really want to do this project with you. But I don't just want to photograph you performing. I want to photograph you at home in intimate settings. I want to make a documentary. I would sleep in her bed, I would eat whatever she ate, I would go wherever she went, and again, she would be in charge of the day.
It's interesting when you're at a place in your life where not everything's going super easy, and you have somebody along photographing it. And what I mean by that is I had some really bad relationships while Amy was working on this, or there were times I could barely pay my rent. When my gay son Jeff died, and we spread his ashes on the beach. She was there, she was there to take the pictures. And it wasn't like somebody who would push their way backstage coming to take the pictures. It was someone who had been a part of my life, because for years they were there. I'd wake up and she'd be there photographing. You have this idea of what you're supposed to present when you're a visual performer and what is commercially viable, right? Like what's gonna give you a bigger bang for your buck, especially with burlesque, so much of it is visual. And then to see these moments of my everyday life, it's not that, oh, I'm so cool and confident, I'm okay with you seeing me look like exhausted, I just ran through traffic, 2 o'clock in the morning in the tub. That confidence and that acceptance of vulnerability wasn't there when these pictures were taken. It's because of these pictures that I've actually learned to love every part of myself, even the parts of myself that I don't prefer to have show up to the party, right? And not just how I look in the pictures, but some of the feelings that the pictures remind me of. Your instincts are right. You could barely tell she was there, and if you did know she was there, it was in a really positive way.
But it was really hard because I was also getting to know you. What part am I going to show of her? What part do I think, who is she? I mean, I'm discovering that as I'm photographing. It's very confusing, and so you kind of do have to stop photographing and just look.